Hey everybody, welcome back to the original cabin. I started building this I think in 2019, finished it in 2020, and well, the old girl needs a little love. Fate would have it that both my cabins get their gutters damaged in the exact same spot in the same week. But this one was not a bear, this one was actually a big branch. Graham, why do you build your cabins beside trees? I don't know, I like it, but this is what can happen. How is this cabin held up? How is the cedar siding held up? Has it gotten any leaks? Has the foundation crumbled? Did I have an electric fire? These are all questions that I will answer. So right here is like kind of this back side, the back south side of the cabin. I would say the cedar siding has been the most weathered on this side. I'm not exactly sure why. It could be that the overhang wasn't big enough or something. It still looks fine. There's no rotting or anything like that. Obviously, this is Western red cedar. It's grade 3 or 4 cedar, so it's not like super pretty, but I mean, it actually looks really good, if you ask me. I use the same type of glass that I'm using in my mountain cabin build, where it's, you know, a commercial glass unit, 1-inch unit. And I built out my framing using pressure treated 2x4 and 2x6. And then I have a little gasket kind of seal between the window and the wood. And then I put like this OSI Quad Max sealant on it. It's never leaked and it still looks good. It's holding, which is a good thing. This is my Mr. Cool, I think it's a 12K unit. Maybe a 9K. No, I think it's a 12K. It's always worked. I mean, I'm not in there every single day like I used to be, but yeah, it works just fine. A lot of people thought I might have a trap with this line kind of looped like that, but I reached out to Mr. Cool and they didn't think that would happen. So it has not happened yet. So yeah, I don't know. Still works. Still looks good. If you look at the cedar on this side, and then we go on this side, which is, I don't know, maybe the most protected side because of the gutter, you'll notice the siding almost looks like the day I installed it. And then when you come down here, it's faded, but also a little dirty. So I'm sure I could wash that, and that kind of, I don't know, kind of muddy water could possibly just wash off a little bit. Not entirely sure, but yeah, but the further up you go, the cabin just looks mint. The siding anyhow. But as you can see, might be hard to tell, but that's where the branch hit on the gutter. You can just see it's kind of dented. From the ground, it doesn't look too bad, but I don't know, the higher up you go, you realize it leaks water there now because it's messed up the pitch of the gutter. And so we get a ton of water that splashes down in here on my homemade ladder that's leaning up there. It's definitely a little overgrown in here. Let's take a look inside. Oh yeah, thing of beauty. And it's so quiet in here. As you can see, I don't have a bed here. Normally when people come visit us, they get to stay out here. But over the winter, we ended up just putting the bed in our house. But I come out here and read. It's really sad. I should be out here way more often because look at it. It's just so beautiful. So darn beautiful. Just windows in all directions. Well, not all directions, but pretty darn close. Yeah, it's pretty great. There's Titus and Jackson. On this side, these are the only windows that open. I've never really regretted that. Being in Virginia, things heat up pretty fast. And so, I don't know. I'm sure if I had more windows that opened and I didn't have a mini split, to cool it or heat it in here, then, you know, I'd probably use it, but I've never really regretted that. The reason I put the hopper windows up here is so when people are staying out here, because this cabin's built on the property that I live. And if you had bigger windows, you would see like my backyard, maybe me mowing the grass. And because they're so high, whoever's in here has privacy 24/7. Because all you can see from all the big windows is the woods, which is pretty awesome. As you can see, I'm a bit of a collector of these little, they're not die cast, but they're these little wooden kind of 1/64 cars. Got the donut, the waffle, the burger truck. This is too good. The hot dog car, and my personal favorite, the taco truck. So yeah, this place needs a little bit of an upkeep. I gotta rake some leaves, get all those leaves away from the foundation or the base of the cabin, because when it rains they get wet and they sit up against the cedar. No bueno. And we got to replace that gutter. We got a bunch of rain coming next week, and I hate the thought and the sight of the water pouring over the gutter and slapping up against the cabin. That's just no bueno. So you can see even on this side, the siding aged just a little differently. It's more of a, I don't know, warm gray, maybe you could call it. And the front side window wall is kind of similar color. So I don't know if you know this, but in the corners at the top of my wall on each side, I have 2 outlets. Those outlets are connected to the light switch, one of the outside light switches. And I used to have beautiful kind of bistro lights hanging through here. And unfortunately, another branch had fallen. And you can see them all just hanging in here. All my bistro lights are just sitting there because they were under tension, I guess. And so once that branch hit, you know, that's where it was connected, that tree. So maybe we'll try and rehang that, because that was a nice feature. Another thing we're gonna have to do, and I don't know if it's gonna be now or never, but I have a little bit of my insulation fallen out in a couple spots. So I'll show you the back side. You can see the plastic in there is really fallen. So what I did that I would never do again, but I put fiberglass insulation up there, and what's holding it up is a poly roll, like vapor barrier essentially. It's way worse on this side, you'll see. I think what happened is yeah, you can see the insulation popping out in there. I think what ended up happening is it a little bit fell out, and then a lot fell out because of the weight. So it's kind of a mess in there. And the problem is it's very tight in there. I don't know if you guys have been following me long enough to know that I insulated this after I built it, because I like to do things out of order. And I don't know if you recently saw that I insulated the base of my cabin, but that's fairly tight. This is, you're on your stomach rolling. So it's not fun. So one thing I wish I did, and I can still do, and I might still do it, is add a third piece of wood here. That's just 2 pieces of 2 by 10, I think. And it's just bowed a little bit or sagged a bit in the middle. So what I'd like to do is put like a bottle jack in there and slowly raise it, just like maybe 1/2 inch. Take a little bit of that sag out and add another board, and I might do the middle one as well. Because this is a 20-foot by 12-foot cabin. So I basically handmade 6 10-foot beams to go on each side in the middle. And that is something that I kind of overlooked. Now, I did get a framing inspection when I built this cabin because I added power. And once you add power, I said it in a couple episodes before, you have to get a framing inspection, an insulation inspection, or I guess you do the power inspection and then the insulation inspection. You have to do those 3 things, and then you get like a final inspection where they just show up randomly and walk around it with a pencil and paper. That's what they did in my county. And I had a gal come over here, and I was so nervous for that first home inspection. And she came out, and I started sweet talking her. I think maybe I even gave her a Starbucks gift card. You know, just working all the charm angles that I possibly could. And she just, you know, looking around, she's like, oh, wow, this is beautiful out here. And I just, okay, she's getting distracted. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. Oh, don't you love it? She's like, yeah, wow. And 80% of her is just looking at the surroundings and seeing where the cabin is being built. And 20% is actually looking at my framing inspection. I'm like, yes, thank God. Let's keep small talking this gal. And, you know, she stepped inside the building. She's like, oh, wow, you did all this yourself? I'm like, yeah. She's like, wow. And just did one of these and then left the building. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, Jesus. And then she exits, and the beam system was already kind of like, the beam system could be a little bit more robust. But all she did was one of these. She kind of went like this, okay? See me here? She just kind of went, but looked that way. Just kind of kneeled down, you know, and she wasn't that flexible, so it wasn't that far down. And she said, looks pretty good. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so this window wall does not have proper, like, I don't know, the jack studs. It doesn't have proper things. I actually put metal brackets in there that probably do the job, but basically angle iron to support the second row of these big windows up here. So anyhow, here we are. We have a complete structure. I'm not going to complain, but the good Lord was walking with me that day, let me tell you. But yeah, let's clean it up a little bit around here, because this thing is really how Woodness Goodness came to be, and she deserves some attention. Somehow this homemade ladder is still with us. So let's take a look up here. Let's see how she's doing here. That's a dirty roof. I wonder if I can just bend it up. Yeah, I wasn't good at hanging a gutter back then, and I'm not good at hanging a gutter now. The chicken coop is doing excellent, by the way, for those of you that don't care. They love it. And we have 11 total. Started with 15. One died when I received them. Another one died as a teenager, just like in its sleep or something. And then the coyote or fox got 2 of them. They love it here, though. Healthy chickens. Healthy chickens fighting the good fight. So when it comes to footwear, especially with the types of things that I'm into and interested in, it's important to me. And over the past few years, my boot and work wear on the feet of choice has been my Brunt boots. These are amazing. These are the ones I've had for a long time. You can see they've got good use out of them, and yet they're still a perfectly good boot. They're waterproof, great quality leather. I'm just amazed that they look as good as they still do, because I've gotten a ton of use out of them. A lot of boots, like this one, has a comp toe. This is a comp toe. And half the time when you got a steel toe or a comp toe, you can feel it. You can feel it all day on your toes. Not these bad boys. I love these. I have slightly wider feet to begin with, and I've never had any issue with these. In fact, I would wear these for 8 hours over most of my regular shoes. Let me show you my new Brunts. These are their new 6-inch Omens, or spelt Oman, because oh man, are these ever comfortable. And look at how beautiful they are. I've already used them, so they're not perfectly perfect, but these are gorgeous. I even wore them to church. They're so pretty. And they have a really nice, comfortable insole. Let me see if I can get it out here. This thing is called the Brunt Cushion. And it is just that. It is wonderful. These are the comfiest boots I now own. The support you get out of these too, like even though they're slip-ons, it feels like you have laces. And like I said, the leather is so beautiful, I almost don't want to wear these out to work. Not only are you getting top quality boots, you're getting a really good value. Like some boots out there I've seen are like $350 plus. These are not $350. And these feel like they could be sold for $500. They are beautiful boots, extremely comfortable. And if you don't like them, Brunt will let you send them back. They'll let you try them on a job, and if you don't like them, send them back. They stand behind their product, and so do I. I love the Brunts. Be sure to check them out. Use the link in my description, and hope you find a pair. Okay, so it rained last night a lot, and my gutter didn't leak at all. This is still the old gutter. There's no water, no spillage. That's what we want to see. Like normally with the broken gutter, what I've been seeing is there'd be a huge wet spot right there. Like it literally looked like someone would run a hose on it. So I don't see that. It also helps that this ladder is actually quite heavy and it's like holding the gutter more straight up there. Oh, kind of funny. Maybe we'll take a look and see what it looks like up there. Yes, I trust this ladder. Yours truly built it. Okay. We have a little bit of a flat spot or some sort of weird thing in that gutter over there. I probably just need to add more of these hangers. These hangers are garbage. Look at how dirty that roof is too. Because this cabin, I built it in the middle of the woods and literally, you know, tree 3 feet from my gutter there essentially. That tree over there is probably 5 feet off the corner of my cabin. That tree is about 8 feet off the corner of my cabin. I mean, look at, there's pretty much no open, you know, area above the cabin, which actually keeps this thing extremely cool in the summer. So I can't complain about that. So maybe what we'll do is instead of, I was gonna buy new gutter, but there's no point. I think it's still working, but I need better hangers, more hangers. So we'll go pick those up, see if that helps. I probably shouldn't lean that ladder up against the gutter anymore. Maybe I just keep it there. Maybe I don't need hangers and I just keep that ladder there. So we're gonna try rehanging it, see if that can work. Add a few more supports. We're hoping Bob's their uncle, to be honest with you. All my ladders are at the other cabin, so we're gonna see if I can get this. Well, I don't know. Maybe I can walk it out a little bit and then get it under here. Whoa. Okay, so as you can see, this is lost its I mean, this is a weird time of year to be showing you the gutter because I've already cleaned it out once, but it gets sludge in there, as you can see. You know. So we'll clean this out as we rehang it. I mean, look I only got one. What was I doing? Not nearly enough. Can't blame me. I didn't know what I was doing back then. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, we're not sure. Typical. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, almost got it. Oh! Okay, of course. And then... Okay. Okay. I just don't know what I'm doing. Oh, is that gonna work? Let's find out. There we go. Like that. Okay. Okay. I guess we can just do one of these. Oh boy. Oh. Uh-oh. Get up. Oh. Yeah, it just sags a little right here. Just a hair. I got a little bit of water in here, which is good because I can kind of see what I'm working with. Okay, we're gonna re-caulk the seam here because it's leaking a bit and see if that helps. All right, before we keep doing gutter guards, I'm gonna try and fix that low part. We have a low spot. Oh, this is not a lightweight ladder. It is not lightweight. Okay. Okay. It's definitely a little bit of a low spot, but I don't think it's terrible. It definitely still gets rid of water. All right, see if Phil Swift can save the day. Doing a gutter at like 90-degree weather is pretty fun. Although I will say I'm in the shade, which makes it better. Shake well, check. Spray 8 to 12 inches from surface. Apply several even coats until all cracks and holes have been filled. Allow 24 to 48 hours to dry before applying another coat. That should do it. So I'm bending this one side and it slips in behind the back of the gutter, because I guess this is supposed to hit the shingles, but not on this perfectly roofed structure. So it goes like that, some like that, and there. Okay. This is why they developed aluminum and fiberglass ladders. Not this Civil War era ladder made out of timber. I think I gotta cut some branches here. That might make things easier. And also not have stuff in my gutters 24/7. See it, will this cut that big boy? Oh yeah, that's good. Goodness me. So you can see the gutter. See how dirty it is right there. And here, that means water's overflowed there before. And I can tell you why. It's built up. All this sludge here. Look at that. I've got no hole. I mean, look at this, is all stuff that would end up in my gutter, or that has already ended up in my gutter. No bueno. Okay. For homemade ladders, definitely not terrible at them. They've always supported me, whether they've wanted to or not. There you go. Let's see here. Look at this. I'll show you. All right, look at this. No water has been able to get through here. None. None at all. Does anyone else have a hard time with gutters, or is it just me? Getting them perfectly level is, or not level, perfectly unlevel, I find is difficult. Which is crazy because I get everything else unlevel. Why can't I just carry that over with my gutter skills? $19 3/4, it's right there. Okay. Pretty good. Look how dirty that roof is. I should probably just clean it off, eh? Look at that branch. One of these days, one of these bad boys are gonna end my cabin dreams. I laugh about it because what else can you do? Don't build in a forest, I guess. What's the fun in that, people? Well, I think the rain's finally coming. So I got this gutter fixed in a lot of time to spare. I don't know if I can get up here. Just gonna try and get some of this big stuff off here. Okay, you gotta go. That's better. That looks a little better. Gutter hung better. It was always hung, but now it's just hung better. We've got our gutter guards on it. Thunderstorm's coming, so we'll have to run out here when it's raining and see how she's doing. Cabin still looks good. It's weird coming out here after being so focused on the other cabin, you know? Sometimes you forget it exists. But it's still awesome. Still super proud of it. And it's still standing for all the people that thought it would fall over in a windstorm. Can't blame you, but it's still here. I hope you guys like this little cabin update. I was actually supposed to go to the real cabin, well, not the real cabin, the cabin mountain today. But I think I got a tick bite or something. I've been feeling all kinds out of it, low energy, body aches. And I got blood tests, all the testing, and it's inconclusive. Which reminds me of the other time I got a tick bite and was in the hospital for way worse feelings, but still. Who knows? But anyhow, I'm alive, and I'll get better. As you can see, cabin's still here. It is about to rain down. It looks like it's gonna rain down hard, so I'll try and come out here while it's raining and not get struck by lightning. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.